Hi, I'm Magic Ben, and I have here with me my friend Liz. Okay, now Liz, we're about to perform a magic trick, and we haven't arranged anything, and you don't know what you're about to see, and this is a live single continuous shot. However, I'm going to teach this trick, so for those of you who are interested in watching the performance part of it, I'll show you the trick first. Okay, so this trick I call the keys to magic, so Liz, you have a set of keys with you, and here I have just a regular deck of cards, and I'm going to have you just shuffle those. Okay, good. And cut the deck. Okay. Now I'm going to have you pick a suit, whatever suit you like. Just hearts, space, time. Yeah. Flip on space, time. Hearts. Okay. Right. And now, so you have pick one of your keys. And just take it off the doodad.
Okay.
And you see that all the cards you shuffled are in fact shuffled. Okay. So now. Keys are really, they've been with us since the year 6000, so they've been around for quite a long time. The first key, I think, was found in Nineveh, which is in modern day, it was in the kingdom of Assyria. So Nineveh, I think, was maybe the capital of Assyria, and it's in modern day Iraq. Now a key, I don't know if you can see this, but a key is composed of what's called the bow, the blade, the blade, this is called the shoulder, and this is the cut and the biting. The tip is the very, very end. And the little kind of zigzaggy thing on the end here is called the ward. Okay? And the ward was another invention in Egypt that basically made it so that when a key slid into a lock, the ward prevents the key from going into certain locks. It has to have that right certain zigzaggy pattern, okay? And then around 800 to 900, 870 and 900 in Europe, metal keys were around. Now I just came back from this amazing museum called the Mercer Museum. I highly recommend it if you're near Pennsylvania. It's in Doylesville, Pennsylvania. And there's a whole section on locks. It's really cool. But what's neat about a key is that it uniquely fits a particular thing, a lock, and we can also say that there's a key also. There's one other thing on a key called a code, and most keys, maybe not all keys, but most keys have a code. Now, if you look on that key, there should be a number.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the code of the key.
Okay.
So there's a 6 is the code of the key, right?
A 66, yeah.
Yeah, a 6. Okay, so we'll use a 6 as the number.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you shuffle the cards. You picked a 6. You picked a suit, and your suit was
Hearts.
Hearts. So we have a 6 of hearts, and that kind of uniquely codes the deck of cards, or a card in the deck, to the key that you chose. So turn over the top card of the deck. So use the 6 of hearts.
Crazy.
Is that pretty neat?
That's crazy.
Is that a good trick? Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
So
That's pretty
I'm
awesome.
Magic Ben, and for those of you who want to know how the trick is done, stay on and I'll teach it to you. But my channel isn't devoted to necessarily teaching tricks. I just love performing magic, and I hope I brought some awe and wonder to that magical moment is what I live for. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how this trick works. Now, this is really just truly a regular deck of cards, and the spectator can shuffle it. So an absolutely total free shuffle. Now, at the start of the trick, I have you pick a suit, so I kind of know the suit that I need to work with. After the deck is truly shuffled, and it is a normal deck of cards, so the card can be anywhere really. I don't know where the card is.
Yeah.
So and keys do have a code, and they're different numbers too. So like I think my I've seen all numbers, but basically 5, 4, 6, whatever. And so you won't know the exact card until you see the key. And note, not every key has a code, so some keys don't have codes. So you may ask to just say, hey, do you have a key I can borrow? And in the worst case, you bring a key with you and say, oh wait, maybe I want to use my house key, just so. And so make sure at least you have on your own person a key with a code on it. And it's just an engraved teeny little, see a little teeny number. But that's part of why I describe what's on a key. So you might have to remember a shoulder. A shoulder is very easy to remember. You have a shoulder. The blade, this is a very common, it's the blade of a key, like a blade of a knife, right? And the tip, obviously, that's super easy to remember. The word is a little harder to remember, but it's a really unique sort of invention of keys, because that little sort of zigzaggy sign makes it so that the key only fits particular locks. So that was an actual sort of unique invention, that evolution of keys from skeleton keys to words. And the cut and the biting makes the key obviously super unique. But also I guess the locksmith figures out how to, the kind of key shape or whatever by what's called the code. But the code has a particular number. Now, there obviously is many other magic tricks you could do, but I think what's neat is that, tying a key to a particular card is kind of unique, and tying the code to the number. So, as soon as I knew your code was a 6, you can say, hey, look, your cards are shuffled, and now I immediately see the card I need to cut to here. And so all I did was I just controlled the card at the top, and I'll do that slowly so you can see it. So basically, again, the deck is truly shuffled. She picked hearts, and I saw that the code was a 6. So basically, as you're talking about the key and the code, you'll know already that you need to get a 6 of hearts to the top of the deck. So you say, look, you've shuffled the deck, and you just lay out the cards like this. I see here is the 6 of hearts, okay? And all I'm going to do, I'll do this really slowly, is as you pick up the cards, there's probably a couple ways you do this, but basically as you pick up the cards, all you want to do is make it so that, again, I'm trying to do this slowly, so that you make it so that the 6 of hearts is going to go to the top. Now there's a couple ways to do that. You can do it like this, so that when you pull it together, it ends up at the top. This is probably more natural. If you do this, and then I'll do this really slowly. As you're scooping this up, notice the top, the 6 of the hearts. I'm just turning the cards over in one motion, so that when it comes up, the 6 of hearts will be at the top, right? And then I say, hey, look, the code for your key is a 6, or you can hand them their own key, and that ties the key to a particular card. And also, you do want to say a little bit about the different parts of the key. So I'll teach you another thing. In magic, there's something called time misdirection. So I'm adding a little bit of time misdirection. What time misdirection is basically when you're doing something like this is maybe something sort of sneaky. I'm making a move, right?
Yeah.
And there's lots of ways there's lots of different ways to control cards to the top, but that I'm showing you one of the simpler ways. But if they happen to see something, maybe if you put a little bit of time distance between the move, let's say, and the reveal, that helps. Okay, so but it's also like a story part of the trick is more than just a simple trick. It adds something interesting to the trick.
I really didn't even remember you touching the cards after I shuffled them, so that's why I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. So that's that's how time misdirection can play into it. But it is also interesting, just like how keys I think came about, and also that we do see keys locks kind of evolving a little bit now. They're electronic locks.
Yeah.
And
key cards and hotels.
Key cards and that sort of thing. But of course, a lot of those run on electricity and battery, which fail in other ways. So there is something like nice about a physical thing that can't sort of run out of batteries or fail in that way too.
Yeah.
But you can of course lose keys, or somebody and it can fail in other ways too. So, but yeah, did that make sense to you?
Yeah,
Is that
it made
good?
sense. Yeah,
Okay.
that was good.
All right, so I'm Magic Ben. I hope you enjoyed this trick, and try it out. It's not too hard to learn, and it's something different than just purely cards. You can use it with any borrowed deck, any borrowed key, and again, most keys do have a code, and most people have more than one key on their keychain. And always be sure just to bring a key with you that does have a code, so you can fall back to that. Okay, so thank you and have a great day.
Thanks.